Welcome back to Code and Conquer Daily, where we solve a new LeetCode problem every single day. If this helps you out, please hit the like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you never miss tomorrow's solution. Today we're tackling problem number 3737, count subarrays with majority element I. LeetCode problem number 3737, count subarrays with majority element I. You are given an integer array nums and an integer target. Return the number of subarrays of nums in which target is the majority element. The majority element of a subarray is the element that appears strictly more than half of the times in that subarray. For example, given nums equals 1, 2, 2, 3, target equals 2, the expected output is 5. The brute force approach involves checking every possible subarray to see if the target is the majority element. This can be done by iterating over the array and for each element, checking all subarrays that start at that element. For each subarray, count the occurrences of the target and compare it to half the length of the subarray. If the target occurs more than half the time, increment the count of valid subarrays. This approach has a time complexity of n squared because for each element, we are potentially checking all other elements. The complexity here is n squared. The optimal approach involves using a prefix sum array to keep track of the count of the target element up to each index. Then, for each possible subarray, calculate the count of the target element by subtracting the prefix sum at the start index from the prefix sum at the end index and add 1. Compare this count to half the length of the subarray. If the count is greater than half the length, increment the count of valid subarrays. This approach has a time complexity of n squared because we are still checking all possible subarrays, but the prefix sum array allows us to calculate the count of the target element in constant time. The complexity here is n squared. Now let's implement the optimal solution in C++. I'll write it out step by step so you can follow along. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped, give the video a like, share it with someone who's learning, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss tomorrow's LeetCode solution. See you in the next one.